possibility.
Semester when we started talking
I got
such as well.
like so much better.
Japhetite, Aryan, Europoid, Caucasian. There have been many terms used for
that
what
makes
those
sense.
in English-speaking
But what
world
about
refer to
people?
as
We don't have
white
tall
or
people and
European
short people.
And
We
the
have
term race
people of all
already has
different
a
heights.
place
And the same went with
Some
eye
people
color and hair
remain
color. Many of you had
suspicious
very
of
good questions for me
emotions
about these traits as they relate to your own family, your parents, your siblings, and also as they related to people in general. And I kind of put those questions off all the time. I said, we'll do this in a
Are the reproductive parts of the flower? Because
Sexual reproduction.
The flower.
Sexual reproduction involves the fusion of the male and the female gametes.
So what does it mean to
The
be a
two
woman? Is there
processes
a fundamental
involved in
biological
sexual
script
reproduction
that we
are
overriding
meiosis
or merely social
and
expectation
fertilization.
that we are shunning? Well, there is a god-awful confusion
Let's go back
between
to the next
sex
video
and
of Little Scholars
This is
by
a
futurizing your
type of
own
self-division,
abilities. Hi guys,
which
हम लोग आज हमारा
of
वीडियो नंबर 6
chromosome.
चीप पे हैं and
In a cell
we are going to start with a new chapter that is of bio and it is reproduction, right? It is one of the most demanding.
In Genesis 1, God said, "Let the earth bring forth grass, the herb that yields
of organisms and creates biodiversity. 2. Fertilization. Fertilization is the process of fusion of male and female gametes to form the diploid zygote.
Hey, I heard you are a wild one. Ooh, if I took you home and be a woman. The cloud with you.
The two processes involved in sexual reproduction are meiosis and fertilization.
It's a plane, it's a
1.
cycle.
Meiosis.
Super amphibious.
It is a type of cell division by which the number of chromosomes 2n in a cell nucleus is halved.
The craft they're calling the Helivector is the man with the telescope, Lewis C. Clark. And pitch your wish merely by shifting the pilot's weight.
The basis of sexual reproduction. It increases the genetic.
Not too much hype.
Peahens only mate with well-endowed mates.
If a man has trouble getting a woman pregnant, he may have a condition known as infertility. His doctor may recommend procedures to collect his sperm so it can be used to help him partner. The male reproductive system
आपको अच्छी तरह तैयार हो जाएं। तो चलिए दोस्तों शुरू करते हैं आज की
Sponges
वीडियो।
are the simplest multicellular and bottom-dwelling organisms. Like all other organisms,
The midwife said chewing on the port locker it'll slow down the baby until I can get her from town. Just take small bites.
Oh, Ty, please don't leave. I don't want to be alone.
You'll be
please.
fine.
For the first 12 hours after conception, the fertilized egg cell remains a single cell. After 30 hours or so, it divides from one cell into two. Some 15 hours later, the two cells divide to become four.
In humans,
And at the
while
end
the
of
male
3 days,
gamete or
the fertilized
sexual
egg cells
reproduction,
become a berry-like
as
structure
it
made
results
of
in
16
new
cells.
life.
This structure is
In
called
humans,
a morula.
while the male gamete is the most vital event, or fusion of gametes is the most vital event
Fertilization.
in
The
the
union of
process
cytoplasm
sexual
and
reproduction.
pronuclei of the male and female gametes is known as the fertilization.
Then you added just some
While
more
the male
DNA.
gamete or sperm
It was
is
this
motile,
huge, massive
fertilization or
oocyte.
fusion of gametes is the most vital event in the process of sexual reproduction, as it results in new life. In humans, while the male gamete or sperm is motile, the female gamete or ovum is non-motile. Therefore, For fertilization to occur, the two gametes must be brought together. This is achieved through insemination, where the penis releases semen.
Fertilization is the key to the process of biological development. It occurs when the male sperm cell unites with the female ovum or egg. Hereditary material from two different parent cells combines to form a new individual, similar to the parents, but completely unique.
Some sperm remain behind, caught in the folds
Hundreds
of
of
the cervix,
sperm cells
but they
approach
may
a
later
single
continue the
egg.
journey as a backup to the first group. Inside the uterus, muscular uterine contractions assist the sperm on their journey
Implantation of the
toward the egg.
blastocyst usually
However,
occurs 6 to
resident
8
cells
days
continue to
after
use the
fertilization.
mistaking the sperm for
By the end of day 8, the blastocyst has burrowed into the endometrium of the uterus. At this time, it is composed of two main components, the outer cell mass, the trophoblast, and the inner cell. Implantation of the blastocyst usually occurs 6 to 8. By the end of day 8, the blastocyst has burrowed into the endometrium.
Ronald Fisher, a pioneer of evolutionary biology, postulated why sex ratios might tend toward equal distribution of the sexes. Fisher's predictions were based on parental investment. If the costs of raising male offspring are equal to the costs of raising
The development of this embryo sac takes place, and on the basis of some variation in this development.
Today, all new. Are you male or female? Simple question, right? Today's guest, the answer.
I've reached a point where it's finally time to come clean about who I really am. I'm in a relationship, and I've got a loving family. Everything looks perfect, but it's not how it seems. When I was born,
why each
not
sexual
even the
difference is
doctors
there.
knew what
To
lay
start,
hidden
though, you should
below
learn
the
about
outer covering.
Sexual dimorphism. It's a term.
Sexual dimorphism in human beings.
Then the less costly sex should become more common, because the parents producing that sex will have an advantage.
Dai का meaning है two, और जो morse है.
1967.
La glaire cervicale peut-elle indiquer que je suis enceinte? La glaire cervicale est un mucus qui possède des caractéristiques différentes selon les cycles menstruels. Il change lorsque la femme ovule, lorsqu'elle n'est pas fertile et quand elle souffre aussi d'une infection. La glaire cervicale est un indicateur de la santé intime de la femme.
In order to truly maximize reproductive efficiency, it would make sense to have a preponderance of females. Males have higher reproductive efficiency. One male can mate with many females and produce many batches of offspring, whereas one female can only produce one batch of offspring. In 1930, Ronald Fisher, a pioneer of evolutionary biology,
how human evolutionary history, that means 4 million years of evolution
of the sexes. Fisher's predictions were based on parental investment. If the costs of raising male offspring are equal to the costs of raising female offspring, then the sex ratio.
My friends tease me because I tend to like boyish-looking guys, but not necessarily teenagers. I just mean boys. I don't know, the soft features.
First thing I look at is her face.
We make decisions. So for example, if you're facing a set of alternatives, from which you have to make a choice, each of these alternatives are defined.
Mate choice or intersexual. It is one of two components of sex.
Dr. Gregory Forbes. Most of you know who he is. Dr. Forbes, the professor of biological. Most of you know who he is. Dr. Forbes, the professor of biological science.
and understand what the behavior is going to be like by using
I think it's one of
these.
three basically different brain systems that evolved from mating and reproduction. One is the sex drive, craving.
Intrasexual selection. We defined it in the last discussion, but just to remind you.
I think it's one of three basically different brain systems that evolved from mating and reproduction. One is the sex
This is a podcast from the Fitzwilliam Museum, Cambridge.
My name's Tim Clattenbrock and I'm Prince Philip.
An infinite ache.
Are selecting you on the basis of your action
They
and your
are.
behavior.
And we suggested that their size.
Today we are coming from Santa Adventures, and today I want us to concentrate a little bit about the zebras, the type of zebras, and the mating sessions for zebras.
Seems to be in between and parental.
Not change something, change your heart. Not change something, change your heart. Change your heart.
The type of zebras and the
From a darkened room in a relatively isolated location in Alaska, a 38-year-old woman reaches out to the rest of the world through a journal she posts on the web. In a collection of stories she writes regularly about her son, she documents a 10-year journey.
Different sizes between sexes of the same species and sexual dichotomy.
My name is Carone Stern.
Sex differences
I have a
directly
background in
related to
journalism,
reproduction.
which gives me some added benefit in that I've learned how to research and
Sexes
study
of the same
to find
species
answers to
and
questions.
sexual dichromatism, different coloration.
Little did I
between
know
sexes of
that
the
one
same
day
species
I'd write a
and
story about my own life and post it on the web.
In sociology,
It's a story
when
I
we
feel
think
is important.
about sex and gender, we're not speaking synonymously. The two words are not the same. They refer to different ideas. Sex refers to biological makeup of people relative to genetics, relative to their reproductive organs, and to other features that are associated with reproductive organs, but that are not directly like beard. And for sexes, we use
फेहरिस्त है, ठीक है? Sex or gender.
V1 in your assemblies. V2. Ever wish your parts could do the same thing? Oftentimes, designers use components that are intended to snap together like this set of connectors. Watch as I drag this connector into place when you add them in your assemblies. Ever wish your parts could do the same thing? Oftentimes, designers use components that are intended to snap together like this set of connectors. Watch as I drag this.
I'm too sexy for my love. Too sexy for my love. Love's going to leave me.
You'll have many in your life if you drink mate, because you'll lose them. They disappear.
Okay, so finally we're reaching this mysterious notion of isomorphism that we've mentioned several times, but we're ready for the formal definition. So,
greetings, greetings, and salutations, beautiful people in the beautiful world. It is me, he is I, and I am him, Zach Latimer, Z-Lat, Coach Lat, and welcome back to another segment of Right and Exact. Shots out to a new nation and a shout out to you. You could be doing anything in the world right now, but you are here with me, and I do appreciate that. Today, what I want to talk about, build on.
Too sexy, 5
digits and proof. सब्सक्राइब कीजिए नॉलेज गेट चैनल को और बेल आइकन को दबाइए इस चैनल की सारी लेटेस्ट वीडियोस तुरंत देखने के लिए। नमस्कार दोस्तों, मैं हूं आपका दोस्त संचित और स्वागत करता हूं इस वीडियो सीरीज में जहां हम डिस्कशन कर रहे हैं ग्राफ थ्योरी पर। तो दोस्तों लास्ट वीडियो में हमने कुछ क्वेश्चंस ट्राई किए थे कॉम्प्लीमेंट ऑफ अ ग्राफ पे, तो चलिए अब उस डिस्कशन को आगे बढ़ाते हैं और इस वीडियो से मैं बात करूंगा दोस्तों आइसोमॉर्फिज्म की। जी हां, तो टॉपिक जो है जैसे ग्राफ के बहुत सारे टॉपिक्स है, कलरिंग है, प्लेनैरिटी है, ट्रैवर्सिंग है, उसी तरह आइसोमॉर्फिज्म भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट टॉपिक है। थोड़ा सा कंफ्यूजिंग है तो थोड़ा समय लगेगा, आप साथ चलते रहिएगा, धीरे धीरे आपको बात समझ आने लगेगी। देखिए एक ही वीडियो में आइसोमॉर्फिज्म के बारे में सब
Hi everybody, and welcome to another.
Hello my friends, Irina Bjorna inviting you for the winter
And today I look through the recipe from my grandmother, and a very old recipe. I received a letter from one girl.
And crunchy texture. As its name suggests, it looks similar to a mini palm tree. Before Europeans entered the area, sea palm was known by the natives as Kakgamicheo. It was first scientifically described by Franz Joseph Ruprecht in 1852. Sea palm thrives in turbulent waters of the North America. Absorption and reduce competition for rock position. Sea palm grows on rocks like hold fast. It spends most of its time growing exposed to air due to.
So let's consider what happens in terms of being on different chromosomes, or if genes are linked or stuck on the same chromosome. So what I've shown you here is a parental cell, diploid cell, with a genotype, big A, small a, big B, little b, located on different chromosomes, or if genes are linked or stuck on the same
the dominance
chromosome.
hierarchy to select mates.
So
it's so strange because, you know, people think of evolution from a natural selection perspective, almost always, but sexual selection plays a huge role. So here I'll lay out something wild. Roughly speaking, that would happen.
Sexual selection is a mode of natural. Biological sex choose mates of the other sex to mate with. Intersexual selection
Good
and
afternoon.
compete with members of the
Speaker
same
is
sex
Dr.
for access to members of the
He's a
opposite
senior
sex.
immunologist at Memorial Sloan Kettering Cancer Center, and he has been involved in the
and synthetic vaccines. So here my topic is botanical.
So that you get notified whenever I upload a new video. Thank you.
The green algae, singular, green alga, are a large informal grouping of algae consisting of the chlorophyta and charophyta, streptophyta, which are now placed in separate divisions, as well as the more basal Mesostigmatophyceae, Florokibophyceae.
Sexual reproduction में permanent and complete fusion of male and female है. इसको sign gaming है.
Phytes belong to green
Similar
algae
shaping,
as
they
well.
cannot be classified as male or female. Instead, organisms undergoing isogamy are said to have different mating types, most commonly noted as plus and strains.
Isogamy.
There are more than 2 mating types, designated by numbers or letters. In all cases,
Isogamy.
occurs when gametes of 2 different mating types fuse to form a zygote. Most unicellular organisms are isogamous. Evolution. It appears that isogamy was the first stage of sexual reproduction. In several plus and
Isogamy
strains,
is a form of
although in
sexual
some species of
reproduction
the
that involves gametes of similar morphology, similar shape and size, differing in general only in allele expression in one or more mating type regions. Because both gametes look alike, they cannot be classified as male or female. Instead, organisms undergoing isogamy are said to have different mating types, most commonly noted.
Yani similar shape and size, but differing in
and knockout and knock-in technology.
Structure को लेके जोटा तुम्हारा fusion हो किसी gametes तारा structure बस set
genetic technique
divide करेगा.
Hey guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video we are going to talk about the X chromosome inactivation, and this is also sort of related to another topic. It's called the dosage compensation of the X chromosome.
Okay, this brings us now to the actually what turns out to be the most common.
What है isogamy, second है तुम्हारा anisogamy, और third है तुम्हारा ogamy. But isogamy तक हमें isogametes को
Everybody, I'm Blitz. Welcome to a brand new game called Niche, or Niche, depending on how you want to pronounce it. This is, I say brand new, comes out in a full release tomorrow, the 21st of September, and it is a game that I actually played about a year or so ago on early access. The whole idea
or it could be a
is
little
that
piece of the same sequence located in a different location, a so-called ectopic location,
combine
and
traits
that
and genetics
ends of
to try to
then
live
find
as long
this
as we can on an island. So we're going to try it out. If you do like the video, down below in the video description, there are some keys.
The ocean currents are also starting to
also,
disrupt the climate.
some Steam keys. You
and
can
have already-
redeem those on Steam. Also, the link for Steam if you did want to purchase it on your own. So we're going to play sandbox mode, and let's do easy islands for the first one here.
Another
we're
is a
going to do
more
like a
constant call that, kind of a low moan that drops slightly in frequency.
Check it out. We got two little dog-like things here.
In fact, the bee
Red
calls
things.
lasted such.
And this is our world. We've got some trees. We've got looks like some lakes in there. We got ocean, and we have a couple different travelers.
In this video, it is National Geographic. John and his team head to the waters off the central coast of California to eavesdrop on their call.
That they cause, but more because I enjoy eating them. That's right. We're going to talk about it.
टॉपिक है XY XX सिस्टम. टॉपिक है XY XX सिस्टम. XY XX सिस्टम वो ऐसा सिस्टम जो कि दरअसल ह्यूमन बीइंग के अंदर भी पाया जाता है. आज हम इसका बारे में बात करते हैं. हम इसको एडिंग के साथ पाया जाता है कि हमने जब बात करते हैं किसी भी सिस्टम के हवाले से XX, XY, XOXX, ZZZW system. In this video, we're going to look at 6 differentiations or gonadal differentiation. So this video will essentially look at how all of us begin as a female, you can say, and how the 6 chromosomes basically. This video, please visit ग्रासहोपर्स के अंदर In this video, we're going to look at 6 प्रोटीनर बग्स के अंदर. और प्रोटीनर बग्स इनके अंदर में and being a male when we're born. So in order to do this, we have to look at during which period this अब
gonadal
यहाँ पर देखें differentiation तो occurs. XOXX सिस्टम Now, है. it's between इसमें 6 मेल कौन सी है और फीमेल कौन सी है, हम उसको भी हेडिंग के साथ देखते हैं. ग्रासहोपर्स और प्रोटीनर बग्स.
These bullet ants are shown.
A male, on the other hand, will have 6 chromosomes.
They call you faggot nigga, bitch, you're the minority.
Having a Y chromosome. हमें नजर आता है ग्रासहोपर्स के अंदर और प्रोटीनर बग्स के अंदर. XOXX system. XOXX system.
I could have been a pretender is what I am. Yeah, I've read the book. Okie dokies. So if you understand how to convert between millimeters and micrometers and nanometers and centimeters and kilometers or anything like that, you won't need kilometers here. It should be okay to do these calculations.
Is that when you start getting over age 30,
Near the lakeside in Chicago is the start of a lazy
maybe you remember mitochondria from science class, but we're going to talk about it today because it's this thing that
A.
Mating types.
Hi, this is International Master David Pruce for chess.com with another basic checkmate that will be of great use to you. The most common type of endgames are rook endgames, and in many cases, when your last pawn gets close, what opponents will do is sacrifice their rook for that pawn so you don't get a new queen, and then you need to be able to checkmate with a single rook. So this is also a pretty common checkmate, and of course, another point of learning these basic checkmates is that they help you learn how to use these pieces in the endgame. In this case, you know how to use your king and rook, how to fight.
Secondary sexual characteristics. Why is it that female peacocks like male peacocks to look like male peacocks and all that sort of thing? What is that about? And people have been working with this one for years, and there's a zoologist named
The males
Zahavi
want to
who's
persuade the
very
females to mate
influential
with them. The
Israeli
females want to choose a good male.
who came up with what is called
The males vary in what Alan
Here,
calls
we
quality.
examine the life cycle of the black bread mold, Rhizopus stolonifer. The black speckles that Rhizopus produces on bread are capsules called sporangia that the fungus produces.
The male has to decide, and that's what the female wants. She wants a male of high quality for some reason.
Developing
Well, if you look
crops
after
of
the kids
stock-like
well or
hygiene.
something.
The sporangia and
But you can't money when you spend buying
Mantis goes courting, he may well lose more than his heart. His female isn't as large as the banded mantis.
Fungal reproduction is varied and often complex, involving both sexual and asexual processes. During simple asexual reproduction, a mycelium breaks into pieces, each of which grows into a new individual.
X4 type sex determination. This type of sex determination is seen in roundworms
dispersal of the spores
and some
by wind or water.
कर रहे हैं तो चलिए स्टार्ट करते हैं